Hey guys, welcome to Section 4, Implementing SCD. Till now in the course, we've seen different types of transformations and their working. Now we're going to take a look at slowly changing dimensions, or SCD. We'll be covering the different types. Then, we'll implement mappings with SCD 1, 2, and 3. Let's jump right to it. First video, we'll discuss the different types of SCDs. We'll try to understand what it is. Then, with the help of examples, we'll study each type of SCD. Slowly changing dimensions, as the name suggests, allows maintaining changes in the dimension table in Data Warehouse. Before you go through this section, make sure you have a complete understanding of data warehousing concepts. For more details, you can refer to the book, The Data Warehouse Toolkit, by Ralph Kimball. This section we're only taking the case of general SCD, which is SCD 1, SCD 2, and SCD 3. Apart from these, there will always be hybrid SCDs that you'll come across. Hybrid SCD is nothing but a combination of multiple SCDs to serve your complex business requirements. The various types of SCD: Type 1 Dimension Mapping, SCD 1. This keeps only the current data and does not maintain historical data. Use this mapping when you don't want any history of the previous data. Type 2 Dimension Mapping, SCD 2. This keeps current as well as historical data in the table. You'll use this when you want to keep a full history of the dimension data and track the progression of changes, using a version number or maintaining flag or data range. Type 3 Dimension Mapping, SCD 3. This keeps current and historical data in the table. We maintain only partial history by adding a new column, PM_prev_column_name. That is, we do not maintain complete history. Use this mapping when you wish to maintain only partial history. Here's an example to understand these different SCDs. Say there's a column, location, in the employee table, and you wish to track the changes in the location on employees. Here's a record, employee ID 101, present in your employee dimension table. Steve is initially working in India, then has been shifted to the USA. We're willing to maintain history on the location field. Your data warehouse table should reflect the current status of Steve. To implement this, we have different types of SCDs. In SCD 1, India will be replaced with USA. So, we end up having only current data and we lose on historical data. If Steve shifted to Japan, the location data will be replaced from USA to Japan. The advantage of SCD 1 is we do not consume a lot of space in maintaining the data. Disadvantage is we do not have the historical data. In SCD 2 using version number, as you can see, we're maintaining full history by adding new records to maintain the history of the previous one. We add two new columns in the table, which is PM_primary key, to handle the issues of duplicate records in the primary key, in employee_ID column, and PM_version_number to understand the current and historical record. In SCD 2 using flag, we're maintaining full history by adding a new record to maintain the history of the previous one. We'll add two new columns in the table, which is PM_primary key, to handle the issues of duplicate record, primary key in the employee_ID column, and PM_current_flag to understand current and historical record. Using date range, we're maintaining the complete history by adding a new record to maintain the history of the previous one. We'll add three new columns in the table, PM_primary key to handle the issues of duplicates, in the primary key in the employee_ID column, and PM_begin_date, and PM_end_date to understand the versions in the data. The advantage of using SCD2 is that you have complete history of the data, which is a must for data warehouse. However, the disadvantage is it consumes a lot of space. In SCD3, we're maintaining history by adding a new column. An optional column, PM_primary key, can be added to maintain primary key constraints. We add a new column, PM_prev_location, in the table to store the changes in the data. As you can see, we added a new column to store data as against SCD2, where we added rows to maintain history. If Steve shifted to Japan, the data changes this. As you can see, We lost India from the data warehouse because we're maintaining only partial history. To implement SCD3, decide how many versions of a particular column you wish to maintain. Based on this, the columns will be added to the table. SCD3 is best when you are not interested in maintaining complete history, but only partial. Drawback is that it does not store the full history. At this point, you should be very clear with the different types of SCD.